Yo, Anderson 100, west side of the Midlands. And there's only one place I go when I want to know the real spill on some real situations. Express Truth Show.
Follow us on Instagram at Express Truth Show.
Yes, people. What's going on, man? It's the Express Truth Show. We're back up in the building. Now, people, before we start today, man, please hit that like button. Hit that like button, man. See what I'm saying? Shout out to all of the Patreon, Spotify crew, everybody, man. See what I'm saying? We're going to break this topic down. Now, for all the Patreons and podcast crew, you know we've already gone in on this topic hard. So today's more of a call-in show to let the callers get their piece off, because as the Patreons know, we went deep on this on Patreon, because you know how it is on YouTube. And we went so deep on Patreon that we can't play that kind of stuff on YouTube, man. See what I'm saying? But we want to hear from the people. So let's talk about it, man. Because as you see, Instagram, Snapchat, all these different things, it's all about one thing. See what I'm saying? But before we get into it, Stephen, what's going on, man?
Yo. There, fam. There. Obviously, I know people have been waiting for this topic so they can all listen to what we got to say and put in their 2 pence, man. But yo, I'm ready to go, because my head's hot like the weather outside, Jed. So you saying?
All right, people. Let's we're gonna go into this again. This is like our fourth one on this. So we look over to America, where our brothers and sisters are. And for years, people, all we've seen and heard about, me for one, definitely the last 10 years anyway, all we've seen and heard about is different situations that have taken place over there, where the African American life really don't seem to be worth nothing when it comes to police and even civilians that are not black. Let's keep it real. So you see the Trayvon Martins, the Sandra Blands, the Eric Garners, the Sean Bells, and this thing is becoming so regular now that it's almost like, it used to be like it would happen and then it would be like a few months, even a year, and then you hear it again. Now it's like all the time. It's so regular that a lot of them don't even make the news. You see what I'm saying? So we constantly, we definitely, as us over here in Britain, we always seeing this go on, and every time it happens, and we said this on our uncut Patreon thing, that every time it happens, it's always like they want to march, like a hashtag, say his name. It's always that kind of thing, and we just feel like, yo, it hasn't changed. And it won't change for them as long as they keep that energy that they've had so far. So this one, first of all, a few weeks ago, we seen the brother who was jogging. Because people, sometimes it would always be like a man who was involved in whatever it may be. I'm not saying it's right, but a man's doing something and then police come and bother him. But it's completely gone from that to like, a man's just in his yard eating ice cream. A man's gone for a light jog in his own community. That's what it's come to now. So we seen the brother who was jogging on the road. 2 white men hopped out of the pickup truck. And we seen what happened there. Ahmed Aubrey. So we see that. They shoot my man. Everyone was enraged about that. But it started to die down. Then we get this viral video that has touched black folks all over this world. It's touched every one of us that have been feeling this, because I'm going to keep it real. It's not the individual. It's it's the image of that man kneeling in a black man's neck, that white man kneeling in a black man's neck with almost a smirk on his face. That image looks as though this time the African Americans are not going to let this one slide. So what are we seeing now? We're seeing, and I want to say, we're seeing protests. We keep it like that. The looters only make up a small part of the protesters. You're always going to have looting when there's uprising going on. So what this show's about today, and we want to hear from the people, like I say, we have gone in on this so much. Are the African Americans finally ready to wake up? Are they fed up of holding hands around the campfire? We shall not be moved. Kumbaya, my Lord.
Overcome someday.
We shall overcome, like Stephen just said. Fighting back with love. We're fed up of fighting back with love.
That tiny temper pussy was saying that, you know.
Yeah, we're fed up of fighting back with love. That's one thing. I'm going to say, Stephen, I'm going to say one thing that, you know, we shouldn't probably say on YouTube, but we're going to say it. That is what Christianity gave us. Christianity gave us that forgiveness that we always seem to have when it comes to situations that occur like this. Christianity gave us forgiveness.
Why you think tell you to turn the other cheek?
Yeah, why you think they gave you that and they pushed that part of it so hard so that nobody turns on them? So that's that. Yeah, I'm gonna say one more thing before I bring you in, Stephen.
What would you for?
So are the African Americans finally ready to wake up? Is this them waking up now, or is this just another 5 minutes of, you know, madness? Stephen, come true, man, because today's really about the callers today.
Let's
see what I'm saying?
Talk to me before we bring them in. Do you know what it is? They seem to, maybe they've somewhat woken up because they've been on it. They flew to wait, boy name? Derek Chauvin. Yeah. Whatever the hell his name is, yeah. You saw everyone fly to his house. You saw how, I'm sure everyone's seen it by now. You've seen the video where there was, I think it was over 100 officers all standing in a chain defending him. All the protesters were there. They're on it. I rate them. You saw the ones who actually burnt down the Minnesota police station.
Minneapolis
police station.
No, Minnesota. That. Sorry, I'm stopping your train of thought. It's Minnesota for real. Yeah, go on.
Nah, minor. Yeah. You saw those ones who burnt that down. I rate that as well. But then you have the blood. You always have someone to sour the thing. You've got mans running up in Target, stealing Nintendo Switches, leaking out the school, stealing weights from Planet Fitness, mashing up groceries and supermarkets. They licked icebox, some jewelry thing. You saw man's lick that out and everyone's scrambling over bust down Rolexes and stuff. You saw someone drive a car out of a showroom through the glass and everything. Everyone's cheering. I'm saying, blood, like, don't let it go from active political protest to just looting and rioting, man. Because you've seen how Trump has reacted. Like, he said, you know, he's got them Twitter fingers as it is. He said one dead thing on Twitter when George passed, like, this is horrible, blah, blah, blah. But then as soon as everyone started looting, he's like, you're looting. I'm going to get the National Guard. You keep looting. We're going to start shooting. That's what the man was saying, you know. I'll quote it out properly later, man. But that's what he was saying, you know. So, like, once again, it seems like they're going to try and push the emphasis onto that and flip it and try to say, yeah, it was wrong. But look how you people react when something goes wrong, when we should really sit down and have a conversation and blah, blah, blah. Do you know what I mean? Because he got licked with 3rd-degree murder and 2nd-degree manslaughter. If anyone saw when the prosecutor, Mike Freeman, I believe his name is, was reading it out on the he's reading it out during the press conference, he actually looked upset. He looked upset, you know. Like he was vexed that my man got charged. And then our journalist asked, what about the other 3 officers? We're still investigating the evidence. What evidence, fam? It's on video, blood. If he's getting murdered, they should at least get manslaughter. Because they facilitated in him dying. Because if you're going to stand there and watch, to me, you're as bad as the person who actually committed the act.
The facts are this, that The only reason that they have taken any action against the officer in question is because of the backlash that the community over there, when you get people like Beyonce actually talking on Instagram or wherever it is, like, they understand that they need to do something. But I seen someone talking somewhere, and it was very important what they said. The police show up, like all these angry mobs went down to the officer's house, yeah. And when they got there was so much police surrounding the house, not saying a word. But if you step out of line, things can end up very bad. And that's what the black man is missing. The black man's missing that. Malcolm tried to do that. The Black Panthers tried to do that in the States. But you notice how every time they tried to do that, it mashed up. Someone either killed them, drugs got brought in. Something always matched those kind of movements up.
Yeah.
But
And
other
usually, yeah.
But other groups, like the Bloods and Crips, like I said before, that started out as positive movements, are allowed to just go on forever and ever and ever. There's an issue. There's an issue in America, and we hope that they're finally starting to wake up now. Let's hope. The news are going to show us looting. The news are going to show us that side of it, but that only makes up a small percentage of what's actually happening over there. You're always going to get people that use that opportunity. But the black man cannot forgive anymore. The black man cannot fight back with love anymore. The black man cannot pray anymore. Been praying forever. Has anything ever changed? The black man's been praying forever, people. I'm not saying other groups don't pray, but we need action along with that prayer. We want God with us, yes, when we go to war. We don't want to sit at home while everyone else goes to war. You see what I'm saying? Now, come on, man. Don't be fooled. Because, I mean, you see how Trump's talking. Trump's coming out and just saying, yo, like basically he said that tonight is MAGA night at the White House. Like, I don't know if that's some kind of bird call to the white goons or the white, like, hillbillies.
He's probably screaming at the KKK, fam. That's the code.
That's what I'm trying to say. So, people, listen, man. We want to hear from you. That's who we want to hear from. We want to hear from the people.
Trust me.
We have completely gone over this topic so much times.
It's the people's platform, man.
Exactly. People, you see that all-important phone number on the screen? 0121 318 2640. What you say, Stephen?
My man said it's MAGA night. It's like, it's tonight in the White House. It's MAGA night. It's MAGA night. He said that and he winked into the lens on it, fam. He's calling up the goon squad with the pointy hats, fam.
That's it. But we know, people, we know that this happens all over the world, but right now it's the Americans that are the ones who are, they're getting it. Their thing's horrible over there, so the spotlight's on them right now. So we know it happens all over the world, but the issue is going on in America right now.
People, them also, Mark. Let me just say this, family. Please don't be distracted. And when I say that, I'm talking like social media terms now, because you have. All right, answer that.
You're live on the Express Truth. Where you from? Where you calling? I mean, what's your name and where you calling from?
I'm calling from Erdington.
Yeah, man. How you doing?
I'm good, I'm good. I'm Brother Marcus,
Okay. What do you think, Marcus, about this topic?
Well, you see, the topic, is a very complex thing to resolve this. Every time incidents like these happen, we protest and then we go back to sleep. And it's not the way that we're going to correct these things. As many of us been talking about this Christianity thing, knowing that that's brainwashing, which keeps us, oppressed. Because the things that we need to do to liberate ourselves is contradicted by Christian beliefs. You know, and that is actually pumped into our head from we are babies. And so we grow up being disabled in terms of, you know, free thinking and, you know, progressive thinking to take control of our lives and to prevent others from oppressing us. Yeah, are you still there?
Yeah, we're letting you talk. We're letting you talk, Marcus.
All right, yeah. So, you see, it's deep, and unless we are prepared to go deep enough to fully understand all of the things that we need to know, and we need to know first before we can do. A lot of people don't want to bother try to know. They say stop talking and start walking. But if you don't study where you're going, you will never get there. Right? So we need to talk and reason and study and know exactly what we need to do, and not that all of us is going to be doing the same thing all at once. Some will be fixing certain things, another group will be fixing another different set of things. Yeah, and that from that we can be organized. But if we're not organized, then, you know, it's like everybody is at the front gate trying to fix that, and the back gate is nobody there fixing it. You see, so just to really, you know, end on this, really, it's a matter of us learning from what we can see around us. It's not rocket science. Every country and every nation that's successful is an example for us to study and learn from. We can learn from the Chinese. The Chinese, they are not worshiping European Christianity, right? And they have actually come together and build their nation to the extent that they are almost overtaking America now, right? So if we want to change our reality from being an oppressed people, we can look at the Chinese and follow a similar path that they have followed. They were communists and anti-capitalists up until the 1980s, because they realized that, yes, we are communists and we are socialists, but we need to get into doing successful business development to the scale where we can actually build the nation that we want to, right? So they've actually adapted some of the knowledge that capitalist society used to build lots of businesses and factories and all those kind of stuff, and then they use it with their social mindset to make sure that the people are uplifted as well. Right? So we can learn that and apply that. But until we start studying it, all of us is going to say, oh, we are anti-capitalist. No, we are not anti-capitalist in just that box alone. No, we are anti some of the things that people who are using capitalism do. Yeah? But of course, we're not anti-capitalist in the sense that we're going to pay people pension. Yeah? We're going to fix schools, build hospitals. We're going to build roads. We're going to build technology. All of those things, if you don't have no business, you can't do those things. And if you don't study business studies, which is capitalist, if we don't study business study, we'll never be able to operate a business, much less to even use the money from a profitable business to do anything with it. What we're going to be doing, we're going to be trekking across the Mediterranean to go to Europe to find a job, leaving a place like Africa with all the gold and diamonds there. That is madness. So we need to stop worshiping other people, right, from the start, and start studying how we can develop ourselves to protect ourselves. We're not developing ourselves to drive nice cars and live in big houses. We're developing ourselves mainly to be able to protect ourselves and our youths and the elderly. Right?
Yeah,
the other things are secondary, but protection is number key, especially we've been through slavery. So protection must be the priority. And if we had that kind of country developed, right, and we should have by now, since slavery, we should have by now. But if we had that, America would be shitting themselves right now.
Definitely.
Yeah?
All right, Marcus,
Finish on that. Yeah.
thank you for calling in.
Yeah, man. Big up, man.
Yeah, great call. Thank you.
But keep up the great work.
Yeah, man,
Yeah,
definitely.
man. Respect, man.
People, what we have to remember is this, yeah? Yes, this is a black problem because the police are killing black men like this. Like, yes, they kill white people, yes, but there is a clear mistreatment of black people in America. Like, we're talking about America today. There is a clear double standard over there. Like, we've seen the school shooters, we've seen the guy who shut up the church. We've seen what happens when the police come after that. They take him away peacefully in handcuffs. Whereas a black man, it never happens like that. It's always the black people over there are so frightened that they're actually. Here we go. You're live on the Express Truth. Where you from? And what are your thoughts on this topic?
Birmingham. Big up yourselves anyway. Big up yourselves with what you do.
Big up, man. Big up.
A really good service.
Yeah,
okay,
man,
so
respect.
firstly then,
Yeah.
in answer to your question, I think have black people woken up in the United States? We'll have to see. We're going to have to see over the next couple of days, realistically, because there's definitely been a lot of activity, a lot of rioting, protesting, some looting, etc., etc. But time will tell. Essentially, it's going to tell, won't it? It looks, from what I've seen, that you've had protests and disturbances in, Minneapolis, Minnesota, Dallas, Los Angeles, New York. I think there's a couple more as well. So it looks like the people are starting to uprise. Do I agree with the way that it's going? I'd probably say no, because I don't think that I don't agree with the looting. If there is looting, I don't think that small business owners should be affected. Oh, I think I miss Atlanta. So with Atlanta, Atlanta is still pretty big for the black community as a city. So there's about 50%, I'd say, 50% sort of black ownership. So if you loot there, yeah, granted, if you attack the CNN headquarters, there's probably not many black people that are actually going to be working there. But if you're hitting corner stores, that kind of stuff, you're actually affecting your own people. And also, especially with what's going on at the moment, you're preventing people from getting access to goods and services, which they need at this time. So, I mean, I don't know what the answer is, but in answer to your question, I think that there is a bit more of a sort of focused uprising. I mean, a lot of people are going to have to die. Essentially, that's the reality of it, isn't it? You know, whichever way it goes, that's going to be the fallout. You know, so I just hope that all of our black brothers and sisters, all this kind of stuff, they're fully aware of, they've got direction. I guess that's the big thing. They need to have direction in what they're doing. So you can't have some kind of purge business that's happening where you've got all kinds of mad anarchy and nobody knows what they're doing and people are just going out and protesting from, 3 o'clock.
Well, maybe that's due to lack of leadership, though, innit?
Hey, one sec, Stephen.
That's
Yeah,
what
man.
I'm saying, Stephen.
Respect.
That's it, exactly.
Yeah, respect
So
for the
lack of,
call, bro. Yeah.
A clear direction. Yeah, man. Do you think? All right.
Yeah, man. Big
Good
respect.
work,
Man,
Big
big up,
respect.
big up.
Yeah, man.
But we've been saying that for the longest, innit? And that's over here and over there especially.
Hold on, Stephen. We need to people.
Oh,
If you're a
sorry.
non-Patreon, you get like 2 minutes, 2.5. Okay.
Yeah, go on.
You're live on the Express Truth. This Western Goddess.
Yeah, man, Western got us there.
Yeah, man. Walk hard, man.
Big up,
Big
man.
up
I told
yourself,
you I was gonna call
Patreon.
him. Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
Big up, Stephen. Big up, Mark. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Big up, man.
So what you reckon? What you saying about this topic then? Like, what do you think? Because I know
just
you've
feel
heard us
like-
talking.
Yeah, I just feel like from a UK stand-up view, yeah, I feel like the American people are ready, but they still don't have enough people to go and make sure the thing is done, because you still got people that are sticking up for the white folk for etc. You know, that mad woman that was walking her dog in the park or something.
Yeah.
I think a few days before this guy got killed on the floor. Yeah. And the black man who was being threatened by her was saying, "Oh, I feel sorry for her. I didn't want her to, get all this backlash online." What are you talking about? You know what I mean? She was ready to get you killed like a dog, just like George Floyd did on the floor.
Yeah, that's true
Amy
because
Cooper. Amy Cooper, she's called.
if police turned up there, it would have been a problem.
Yeah, because that was Central
Right.
Park as well, and she got backlash because she almost killed the dog as well, innit?
Exactly right, strangling the dog on the leash and whatnot, And it's like, I don't know, man. I just feel like they want to change. There's a good majority of people in America that do want to change, but I just feel like they're not going to have that force. They're not going to have the strength of people behind it. You get me?
What do we think? What do we think the cause is, though? Do you think it's due to the heavy influence of Christianity within the community? Because we're just too forgiving. You killed my brother.
That.
Oh, it's okay. Let's go for ice cream.
I feel like, Christianity has a big thing to do with it because it's weakened a lot of people. Let's just tell the truth, innit? It's weak. Christianity from all around the world has weakened a lot of black people from the Caribbean, from Africa, from everywhere you find us. Christianity has ruined us. You get me? But
no, it's correct. It's correct.
At the same time, boy, how many people have to die before they wake up and see it? How many more people have to die in this way before people see that? I don't know, boy.
Man, enough respect, Western.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
time, man.
take it easy. Yeah, keep doing what you're doing.
Definitely. Definitely.
Yeah,
People don't want to admit it, They don't want to admit it that you got to remember, like Christianity, and although there's it took enough people and saved enough people and all the rest of it and gave a lot of structure in a lot of black communities, what it's done is it softened us. Like we always, we're always talking about fighting back through love, our community. Like I'm glad everyone jumped on Tiny Temper. I'm glad everyone jumped on him because why are we letting this man who don't even...
He's an idiot anyway, blood.
Yeah, but we're letting this man come in who don't usually speak on issues to do with the community or have no care.
At all.
You're too busy running behind Tom Ford and Richard Milley and all these different folks. And then all of a sudden you come in now and talking about we need to fight with love. What you want about fight with love? Fight and love don't even go in the same sentence together. You see what I'm saying? We're either fighting or we're either loving. We tried the Americans tried the love. They tried the love. It hasn't worked. It hasn't worked, and it will continue to not work. So now they have to fight. And what people don't understand is this. People will be like, oh, yeah, but they've got guns. Oh, yeah, they've got this. Yeah, but what's going on right now is the right time. Don't be fooled by the imagery they're showing you. This is what we've been saying for years. The media is not controlled by us. So because of that, you got to remember the person who's putting out the imagery are people that don't look like me and you. They might throw a token man in front of the camera to talk, but the people don't look like us that control any of these medias worldwide. So when they put image out, they're putting the images out with a view. So they want it to look like people are out there only looting. They want it to look like people are only out there causing trouble. That's not the case. But like I said, when you don't control your own media, when you don't control your own whatever it is, this is what you're open to. They can show images and then we'll have people say, oh, they're just looting and they're just doing that. No, that's the images that the media are showing us. And even those blog pages, all they are is a middleman. They're not actually boots on the ground. So they're just taking what the bigger media companies are showing.
They're just reposting, fam.
That's it.
And everyone claims to be a journalist. But it always comes down to the religion. You know what it is? It comes down to the religion being there in place of actual leaders within the community. That's another reason people always turn to these not all of them, but most of them idiot celebrities, fam, and be like, oh, all I've seen on the oh my god, Beyonce said this, oh, Jessie J was crying, and I've seen man's in Charlie Slaff, in H, in Tim Westwood. Yeah, you should at those people because they do eat off black culture. We all know that's true. But family, why do I care if Tim Westwood comes out and says something, or Charlie Slaff, or H? How is that gonna help the situation? Why do I care what if Jessie J is upset? How does that help anything, blood? That don't help nothing, blood, because you're not in a position to do anything apart from come on the timeline and tell you all your followers, this is so sad. And it's
from the
and
outside.
it almost feels like the celebrities, many of them, are trying to make it about themselves because it doesn't sound genuine, blood.
And from the outside, yeah, it don't matter if Tim Westwood and Charlie Sloth do say something. It's just gonna be a token comment. They don't really feel the struggles of the black man even in the UK. But like I said again, the reason why Tim Westwood and Charlie Sloth and H and all these other guys get is because we don't control the system. You get what I'm saying? A lot of man, I'm telling you the truth, a lot of mans that put H on their tune is to make it a more commercial look for them. Let's be real. That's why they put him on their tune. But you notice that when he starts going back and forth with man, everyone sides with him. You see what I'm trying to say? So we can't really put these guys. We need to stop putting these guys at the forefront of the culture, because at the end of the day, once you put them at the forefront and let them control the culture, which, let's be honest, Westwood, when rappers used to touch down here in England, Westwood was the man they were checking. I don't care what black DJs are out there, I don't care. They were going to check Westwood. The same thing with Charlie Sloth now. Same thing. Mans go to check Charlie Sloth. Now, I understand that the BBC put them man in position, but we make them man hot. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, because people, obviously, where's Sloth now? He's on Apple, but people still check him, though.
But we gotta stop putting them, we have to stop putting them in that position and then crying when they don't. Like, I don't expect them to say nothing. It's open for anyone to come in and eat.
It's not gonna help.
You see what I'm saying? It's open for anybody to come in and eat.
But family, isn't it a little bit backwards? Because you're being oppressed by them people there, yeah? Then you've got people from that ilk almost in the community, in the culture, eating, becoming famous, making their money. And then something horrible like this happens, and you want to run back to those same people and say, can you say something, and can you talk to your cousins, and are you not just that's just a vicious cycle, fam. So like something's gone on. It's struck the black community almost basically globally, and you want to run back to white mans and say, say something on your Twitter, please. Come on, man, you lost in the barbecue sauce, fam. It's not gonna help, but
yeah, you can't expect them. You can't expect these guys to say anything. They don't feel the pain. That image hits us. Yes, we ain't American, but that image hurts us. That image damages us. It don't damage no other community. You can have an opinion. You can say it's bad, but it don't damage us. Do you see where I'm coming from? So that's what I'm trying to say. We can't expect them to come out and say nothing like even if they do, it's a token thing.
Don't matter, fam. And as for those people, you know what it is? This is why I'm gonna beat this over the head so people understand. This is where the lack of leadership comes into play. Because if there was some kind of organization over in the US, you would have sanctioned up the troops, yeah? Because everyone comes in, like, I'm treating it like it's a war now. So you would have sanctioned the troops. You would have had some go fly to the yard and protest outside the yard, even try to drag him out his yard. You would have had some burn down the police station. You would have had some hit the bank. All these government installations and establishments in the US, should be targeted. You know what I'm saying? Like Mark said, like we've said on here, we know everyone isn't looting, but like, forget the looting, man. Take that energy. Everyone take a government building and burn down its clout, fam. Because if you start crippling them financially, that's when you might see little change coming in. Because all this protesting, I can't breathe, and all this with signs. I get the sentiment, yeah, and I understand people are hurting, but fam, they don't care about that. Why do you think all the police who were protecting his house were just standing there stone-faced? They don't give a monkey's blood. At the end of the day, they're going home to eat that bomber clock corn and the carbon coleslaw when the shift's finished, fam. They don't care.
And the facts of this, the other day, one of my brethren sent me a video, and it was in his front garden, a video of like about, I don't even know, hundreds of bees like gathered, yeah, protecting the queen, yeah, in his garden. Now, he stood back and filmed it, yeah, on his phone. He knows if he goes anywhere near it to create any type of issue with that nest, you get me, without professional help, people that are trained to do so, they all just gonna fly, and you know what I mean? You could even die. You know what I mean? If all of them sting you at the same time. So he knows to stand back. You get what I'm trying to say? That's with insects. So let's stop talking about, they can do this and they can do that. Like, people need to start just over there, just sending a loud message, loud and clear. And like we said, it's YouTube. Can't really say too much on here, but I understand that a lot of the people, like we've seen it on Twitter, everyone's saying that a lot of the people that are doing the looting and that, you know what I mean, are people who are not even a part of the. There's a few 1 and 2s, but
there's a few conspiracies surrounding.
Yeah,
that.
they're saying that the people who even started the thing.
Say again, sorry.
They said that the people who even started that side of it wasn't us.
Family, yeah, not even just that it wasn't us. I heard like there's been actual undercover police being involved in it. Like he was on one of the videos, I believe. I don't know if it was the school or the gym or something, licking the windows, and he was in full like PPE in it, so protecting himself and almost trying to hide. And then man's approached him like, "Yo, what you doing?" And one of the black brothers was like, "Fam, stop all that, fam. Man will fight you right now. Stop all of that." So there's a lot going on, and I could easily believe it, because obviously if they're out there fanning the flames, that just helps them boost it in the media and say, "Oh, look at all these animals just looting and that," which helps Trump to be able to go on a mad one.
But even if, let's say Trump, even if Trump does send the National Guard into Minnesota, yeah. Do you, or Minneapolis, whatever the place is called, I can't even remember.
I've seen it referenced as both. Whatever.
Let's say Trump sends the people there, yeah, the National Guard. You think they're gonna kill 1,000 men? Like, they're not going to. So we need to, you know what I mean? They're not gonna kill 1,000 men. They're just not going to do that. You see what I mean?
Even, did you see the footage? I think it was today. They had the footage in NY with people protesting. Did you see the NYPD? How they were beating everyone? Like, I saw them beating white, black, everyone. It's images like that to push out into the news, you know, to try and keep people scared and docile so they don't rise up. So when their blood boils and the bio's burning in a man's throat, a man just swallows it and goes back to work, fam. Because they want people scared, fam. That's why they always try and control. Well, not try. This is why they always control the narrative. They always control what you see. That's why it's hard to find platforms like the one you're listening to where you're gonna get the real unfiltered truth, man.
And all these hundreds of people, yeah, I mean, all these hundreds of years that we've been, you know, conditioned are working. Like, we've been conditioned to be scared. Like I said on Patreon, like, a man will be driving his car, he's got everything, he's legal, the car's in good health, everything, and he sees police and he's sitting up straight and, you know what I mean, trying to show the police, you know what I mean, it still feels away because that fear has been embedded in a lot of us. That's not something that leaves you overnight, but I think that this is why we're saying America, when you see images like that, it's like, yo, if I'm gonna live like this, what's the point? Exactly. Like, they have to provoke change now, and once they provoke change, then maybe the law will change. But like a lot of people are saying now, over there it's built a certain way. Like, it's built a way where they protect, every group protect each other. Every group protect each other over there. It's just a fact. Besides the black man, which is sad, really.
And as you know what it is, something just flashed back in my head from earlier. As we're talking about the whole gun talk, yeah. Oh, they've got guns. I think you said it, fam, which is true. The police, the National Guard, they all have guns. But fam, why are you worrying about guns? When man's want to do drive-bys and blow off each other's heads over a friggin' probably a nickel bag of weed or whatever, fam. Man, I got straps. When it's really time for war, suddenly there's no weaponry available, fam.
Facts.
Does that make any sense?
Facts, it's true. Mans can
Come on,
find
man.
all this money. Like, look at like Chicago, and you hear about all these. Look at Chicago, how they're saying all these mans were in Chicago every weekend, murder capital. Mans can't even you can't even cross the street. Send some of them mans in then. Where are all them straps at? Where's all them firearms at? You see what I'm trying to say? All of a sudden now, no one's got nothing. You know what I mean? It don't make sense to me. It don't make sense. It's like, mans can find them things and have all of them things when it's against each other. But when it's a real serious issue that you need to make your voice heard, you can't find them things.
A man's knees start shaking, fam. A man's voice start trembling. Or the bass goes out of a man's throat and that, blood.
Don't you remember back in the day, there used to be a DVD back in the day called Hood to Hood. About 3 hours, 4 hours of just bare ignorance. Where's all them people? Oh, they're only bad towards black people. Oh, I get it now. We need to. You're only bad to black people. That means you're not bad at all. That means you ain't bad at all. That means you're a coward.
You're gonna knock the door and say, "Family, where's all them straps and that? Come out with them." I can't. Social distancing and that. Come on, fam.
Come on, man. We want to hear from some of the people, man. Don't be shy.
I know, man. Don't let us hug the whole thing, man.
Don't let us take up the whole show.
Man, are only gangsters on the weekend, fam.
No, it's true. I think globally we need to start calling out these so-called, you know what I mean? Like a lot of these so-called, he's a bad man. No, you're not bad. If you're only bad to other blacks that live like a couple of miles from you, you ain't bad. None of them mans are bad. None of them gangs or them man that are talking about that are bad if you're only bad to each other. That's a fact.
Exactly, fam.
You're not bad. You are just.
And then when you got beef with someone else, you want to sit down and eat tacos and that, fam. I'll come up with some peace treaty to sign and shit, fam.
Yeah, man. Everyone's talking about fight with love. All these rappers and all that. You know about fight with love. They've been trying to fight with love. They've been trying to do all of that for the longest time. And nothing has changed for them. So this is why now you're seeing, this is years and years of not being able to do nothing, because they'll always be like, okay, film them. Once they film them, here we go. You're live on the Express Truth.
Yeah, man, big up yourselves, man, from South London, innit?
Yeah, man, respect.
Yeah, man, big up.
Yeah, man. Listen, what's going on in America is deep, man. It's deeper than what people can see, man. America was built on racism, innit?
Yeah.
It's so mad, like how, and the thing about it, you point out to these other people, yeah, white people. You go on Twitter, and I swear to you, yeah, the next couple tweets is black on black crime. What they don't understand, yeah, about black on black crime, yeah, is that if I commit a murder against another black man on camera, where do I go? I go straight to jail.
Mm-hmm.
If I commit a murder on camera in broad daylight against another black man, I go to jail. So there's justice in it. If the police officer committed that murder and we knew that he was going to get the same death sentence and he was going to go straight to jail, there'll be no rioting. The rioting, what these white people don't understand is the rioting is about the injustice. These men are not going to jail, so they can kill you with impunity. That's insane. You can't go around killing any man with impunity. That's what these white people don't understand. They start bringing up black on black crime. Oh, no, you lot are just killing each other. Forget it. If I kill another black man, I'm going to jail. These men are not going to jail. That's what everybody's fighting about. That's what they don't understand. And you can't even spell this to these people, bruv. These men are like spiritually broken, bruv. They don't understand nothing, bruv. This is what gets me frustrated. And they'll never get it.
Yeah, I hear you. Now carry on, caller.
You can't reason with these people, bro. These people, yeah, that are white supremacists, that love this shit. Because the thing about it is that police officer is a hero to them, man. He's a hero. You go onto these white supremacist websites, this spread is a hero to them. To white people, this police officer is doing his job. That's what he's meant to do. That's what the police was brought in America to do, catch black man. You can see it. That was written in the Constitution.
Yeah, but we you know what it is, caller. This is the problem that we have, because I understand that a lot of people keep saying black on black. What about black on black? Now, what we're trying to say is,
They're
man,
crazy.
that even though that brother's a hero in that community, because he's done that, man need to become a hero in our community for fixing that problem.
Doing that. Listen, then we're not. Think about it. Yeah, it's that we're not willing to die for freedom, bro.
That's why we finish.
We're not willing to die, bro. That's the thing. Let's all be honest, innit? Everybody's want to preserve his life. He wants to get his Louis belt. He wants to get his Gucci shit. He wants to floss on the gram. He ain't willing to forget all that and just go die for the race, innit? They're not people not willing to do that. They want to floss on the gram, innit? They want to get their Ferrari. They want to drive around in a nice, have a nice car. They want to get their big beauty thing. They ain't willing to die for that. That's a fact. These white people are willing to die. They're willing to die for their race, bro.
And it's not even just white people, family.
Die for the team.
It's not even just every other group is willing to die for a cause, whereas
That is it. When they begin to die for the cause, yeah, that's when all things stops. I'm telling you right now, if that brother is the police officer, if someone went to his yard and blasted his face, everything stops. Because the police officer will be thinking, before he puts the needle on any other black man, he's thinking, shit, I'm gonna die. That's when it stops, bro.
But man just wanna pray away the hate.
No, listen, eye for an eye. Black community better stop all this praying. Eye for an eye. You kill me, I kill you. There's no other discussion, bro. You're dead, innit? You kill me, I'm killing you as well. Straight. That's it. That's their final thing. That's how we got to start rolling that. You kill me, I kill you as well. That's it. That's it. They did that. That's what they did. They've done for 400 years. How can they take over America? They killed to take over America.
And this is the bit what we were saying as well. The Indians still fought. Like my dad was like, yeah, but they got slaughtered. Yes, but they still fought. They didn't just go there and start praying to some Indian god, some red Indian god, and say, no, we don't win. They fought. You know what I mean? They still fought, man. Every man's playing Red Dead Redemption. Them last few missions, them things are real. The Indians fought, fam.
Obviously, they don't need arrows and that, but they still went hard.
Because they're saying, yo, this is our land. You're coming here to our land. We're fighting for this land. Like, why the black man only want to be the victim when it's up against another race? Let's keep it real. Well, let's keep it real, Caller. What you saying?
Mark, that's the thing about it is that I'm not all about just violence against every man. I'm violence against that person, that brother, and bringing down the system, innit? That guy that killed that guy, he should be dead as well. Then the system dead as well. That's me, innit? I ain't about random violence and obviously in terms of just killing Nah, that brother that done it, he gone. Everybody knows, and everybody in the world will know, yeah, that if you touch a black man anywhere, it's done. That's the statement we need to make 2020, 2021, 2022. Enough of the docile, just like getting along with everybody. People need to understand, innit? But the fact is that we ain't got a nation to back us up. That's why all this shit is happening. We ain't got a black nation in Africa to back us up and say, listen, yeah, you touch these men, it's over. You go kill a Chinese man in America, yeah? They're killing Chinese man in America. See what happens to America, innit? See what China going to do to them.
Yeah, that's real talk. Caller, big up yourself.
Big call.
Respect. Yeah, people, it's a fact, man. Yo, now I agree with the caller. Senseless violence, yes, that ain't good. But any man who's a part of that whole thing right there, man, there should be man in America now, especially where it happened. Like, I don't understand man fighting in places where it didn't happen. Where it happened, if it happens there in another state tomorrow. You're live on the Express Truth. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Yes, I'll go by the name of Scientist.
Scientist Patron.
Yes, big up yourself, man.
Yeah, man, big up family. Well, go on.
Respect. I've been listening to this show for a long time, man. It's first time calling in, man. I love what you're doing.
Yeah, man.
Keep up the good work, man.
What do you think about this topic, Scientist?
It's wrong, man. But it's standard. One thing I keep telling my son, I've got an 18-year-old son, yeah? And I tell him, the system was never created for our benefit. That's the bottom line. We are disposable to these people. They enslaved black people in that country. They don't look at them, well, even back in history, they didn't even see them as human. Now they've inherited a problem because they can't get rid of them. So it's fair game.
Facts.
So, what would you say, like, after this happening, what would you say is, what can provoke change? What can the African Americans do to provoke change moving forward?
I don't know, because I would say you'd have to change it from the inside, but they won't let us in. I mean, look what they did with Barack.
But you see with Barack though, I feel like with him,
The Barack thing's weird because he wasn't funded by us though, innit?
and he really didn't do nothing for the black man either. Let's keep it a
He
thousand.
didn't. But I've heard
And we
people
was
trying
looking for that to happen, but it just didn't happen.
It never happened, Caller. This is why the black man is too easily, like, they put a token. They put him there to kind of shut the black man up. Like, he
All right,
basically
gave you one
done,
now.
know what I
Stop
mean?
crying.
He done basically what they're doing now. What did he do different from what Trump's doing? Like, he didn't do nothing either. No police went to prison. I think it was Shaka Bars who was saying today on Instagram, like, what changed under him for the Americans? Like, the Americans need to, first of all, stop looking for celebrities to be their voice. That's the only way they need to move forward. But what are you saying about Barack, though, scientists?
The thing is, it's like, it was, as you said, it's a token thing. It kept us quiet for a while, but it's the same thing. Nothing's changed.
Because I see someone in the chat said he helped the gay community. Money,
Yeah.
this is where...
They gave him, they helped fund him though, didn't they?
Yeah, but if you bring money, if you bring dough, then you're going to get help. Like, if we went there with dough, like serious dough, and said, yo, fam, this is what needs to happen. Like, yo, this is our voice. Because the money is your voice. Just like when you look at the Asian community, shout out to any Asians that are locked in, they bring money, fam. That's why their things kind of set up like where you see they can make certain things happen right here in the UK. Because when it comes to politics, they bring money and say, yo, this is the money we've got on the table. We need this, this, and the third to happen. The black man ain't bringing no money, come. You see where I'm coming from?
But the thing is, anytime black people try to do anything in the States, they try to take it down anyway. Look what happened to the Black Wall Street.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact.
You know?
Black Wall
If
Street,
the
that's a fact.
KKK will come and burn it down. You know, I think the Black Panthers had the right idea. Same with Malcolm X, you know, and even Marcus Garvey. You know, we have to do things have a FUBU mentality for us, by us.
Facts. Respect, yeah?
100, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man, definitely.
Bless.
Every time.
But fam, wasn't that how the that's oh, someone
You're live on the Express Truth.
Yeah, can you hear?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah,
Well.
man.
Yeah. What I was gonna say, patron. Shout out to the patrons.
Your Patreon. What's your name, fam?
Yeah, man. I'm a patron. It's called Dove's Cry. And
Oh yeah. I know you, man. What are you saying, fam? You good?
Yeah. I'm good. I'm blessed, man. I'm blessed. First and foremost, I think it's important for people to remember black is black and white is white. And as many of the callers have shouted out already, like these systems, they're not in place for us. So we're looking for equality. Equality is never going to come at the end of the day. That being said, I think Britain is like going to be one of the most important places in the world for black people because you've got all different black people from all different parts of the world. And here we can come together and have like a positive narrative. And like back over to the American thing there. I've been to America. I used to live in America for a bit. I know you traveled to America. Like, it's very difficult for people over here to understand that Americans, they are the product of slavery. I'm a Jamaican. I'm the product of slavery. However, I've lived in England. So when we go over there with pride. Remember I said it on Instagram, the pride thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just like a lot of these Americans, unfortunately, like they've been broken down mentally, and it's very difficult for us to understand this like mental breakdown. For example, whenever this is going on, you've always got the like the Erykah Badu head wrap girls and all them kind of people. But like some of us grew up on listening to the mob figures and all that kind of stuff. There's a disparity within the community. What like over there, the unity, it's like the fear. Those Americans are so scared, and like also people keep on saying there's no leader, there's no leadership. Of course, there's leadership over there. Look at the Million Man March in the 90s. Like, why don't people talk about Farrakhan anymore? What's going on there? There's leadership over there, but I feel the black communities all around the world, they've like because we've moved away from religion to a certain extent, we've worshipped materialism, you know what I mean? Like, religion's gone, and now all of us, like, we're worshipping different things. We're worshipping the cars, worshipping the expensive clothes, and it's like we've lost one thing. Like, obviously, religion, it's a 50-50. It was good and it was bad, but at the same time, like, all around the world, different parts, like, the black people, they've just lost their way. They've lost their way, and it's like everyone's like doing all this rioting, all this stuff now. How many of them people spent their own money in the black community? How many of them people supported the black community? Do you know what I mean? I go to Dudley Road the other day. People are queuing up outside different racist shops to buy black
talk
products.
it, fam.
And you got
Talk it, fam.
And then you got then you got Ricky True. Yeah, no one's going to check him. Do you know what I mean? So every time I go, to
Ricky
Dudley Road,
True.
I make sure every time I go, I make sure I put my money in a black man's till. Do you know what I mean? I'll spend money with all different communities, but everyone, like, just know yourself. Do you know what I mean? Like, black is black and white is white. You don't even want to support black people on a daily basis. A black person's got a shop you don't want to support. All of these things add up. So other races just look at us of not even loving ourselves. So it's a sad situation, but there is always light at the end of the tunnel. There is always light because black people are gifted. We're special. Do you know what I mean? So it's unfortunate for those Americans. Like, God bless them, and I hope they get over it. Like, but don't think there's no leadership over there. There is leadership over there. There's new movements. You get me? Like the Nation of Islam, they're rising again. And without getting too controversial, like, what's going to happen is it's going to be like a case of militancy. So we can see what's going on with communities like in Palestine with the oppression, South Africa with the oppression, and Ireland. And I don't want to say, but potentially there needs to be another movement in America with the Black Panthers. There needs to be a re-emergence.
But but you know what it is though, family, yeah? If a man rises up out of this, like if someone rises up who's talking it the way that it needs to be talked and walked, he needs to be protected at all costs. Like that, we let these man, the reason why we don't have, and I'm talking globally now, the reason why we don't have a lot of people leading us is because they're alone, fam. Like, look, if we were previewing a new drill video now, we'd probably have 5,000 men in here, fam.
Quick question on that, though, and I think we kind of see, whose fault is that, though? Is it their fault or is it ours?
You know what it is? I'll put it down to both groups, you know. I'll put it down to both groups. You get me? Because it's a lifestyle. In order for us to change, it's a lifestyle. People hate to hear it, but the facts are, and I'm going a bit too mad on YouTube now, it's a lifestyle. You need black love. You need black family to have black business. You need black business to create change like that. So if we're not doing it from the family, we're not gonna do it at all. Every other group understands that. The Pakistani group, the Indians, the Jewish, they all understand that the family structure, and I'm not saying all of them are doing it, but the majority understand the family structure needs to be set in stone first, like boom. Then then you can come out the house and build. You see what I'm saying, fam?
Do you think, yeah, of course, 100%, but like, do you think because of the removal of a religion, like, for example, the Pakistani community, Islam holds them together, and the Jewish community, Judaism holds them together, do you think because potentially Christianity was removed from Jamaican, the Caribbean community, that like this has had an impact on different things?
Yeah, I mean, I think putting Christianity there has had the impact. That's what I think.
The religions, but
we haven't got something that truly. We haven't got something that truly, like, if you step into, like, you truly can't say, you know what I mean, you're a part of that. Like, it don't feel like home to us. So what it's all like, somebody put that in place to say, yo, if they do ever get mad one day, we'll give them the same thing and tell them, no, forgive us,
of course,
love, but they're not forgiving no one. That no other group on this planet are forgiving. Like, are the Jews forgiving? You know what I mean? Are anybody else forgiving? Like, no. And I know, you know what I mean? I know there's different conversations there, but no other group are forgiving the way we're forgiving, because they understand. So they're saying, yo, give them forgiveness, and anytime anything goes wrong, like, look at all these celebrities. Like, what are you on about? Fight back with love. Mans need to call them out every time.
Bond that. And then also, like, quickly, it's like a case of, we've had unfortunate things that have happened in the UK, but we fought back. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, we fought back. But in America, it's just like, they're so scared, they're so fearful of things to happen. It's just unfortunate. But God bless anyway, man. Just like, keep it moving. You get me?
Yeah, man. Big respect. Yeah.
Love.
No. Yeah, man. Come on, people, man. Hit the like button and phone in, man. We want to hear from people. You get me? We've brought this thing down to a T. But the facts of these people don't like hearing it, but that militancy is missing from us globally. Because what I'm trying to say is every country has a military. You know what I mean? There's some type of military, but like with us, it's like things happen and you hear people say, vengeance is mine, said the Lord. Like, come on, man. Like, I hear that so much. Vengeance is mine, said the Lord. Yeah, you're right. Yo, that vengeance hasn't come to help us in the longest time. We've been praying for that forever. That's what I'm saying. Let's pray before we do what we, you know what I mean, what we're supposed to do. See what I'm saying? That's a fact. Stephen.
Yo.
What you saying, man?
Looking, bro. Even today, the protest thing don't done. They said I had a Black Lives Matter protest in Peckham this afternoon, blood. Like, once again, man, I understand the sentiment, but like, what's it really gonna do, fam? Didn't we have another one of these in Brum a few years ago? Everyone was marching in town over some racial injustice again. Like the marching, the praying, the hand holding, it's not gonna change now.
You're live on the Express Truth.
Yeah, walk on the stage. What's good?
Dave, what you saying, man? Talk to me, man. We want to hear some realness, fam. What you saying?
Boy, sir. I think it's a lot of madness. First and foremost, I want to, obviously give my condolences to that family there, and the brother who lost his life in America. Because, boy, it was a sad state of affairs. You get me?
Yeah.
And then secondly, I want to say that if this thing didn't happen, where would we be? We would be in exactly the same predicament. You get me? For what I mean is that, you know what? This is like a highlight where you can see like, wow, you know what? There's a little smoke at next man's door. But rude boy, your house has already been burned down. Your house has already been on fire. What I mean, if you look at the institutionalized systems that are in place, yeah, we're looking at the prison rates in America. Even in the UK, we're looking at the housing rates. Like, it's like our housing areas are all deprived. It's a common thing. If you look at Manchester, you look at a hood in Manchester, it's a black area. You get me? More than likely. You look at a hood in Marseille, it's usually an ethnic or a black area. You look at a hood in London, it's a black area. Go to America, it's the same thing. What I'm trying to say, is showing you that's institutionalized. Yes, this brother's died, and I'm very upset that this brother's died. But this thing's even deeper than the brother, you know. That's how deep it goes. This thing is so deep, and obviously, now the brother's died, everyone's kicking off at it. But please, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, even 2 years, when everyone's forgotten about it, things are still going to run the same. You get me? We're still going to get incarcerated at higher percentages than white people. We're still going to get passed over on jobs. You get me? A lot of things are still going to be the same.
But we have to understand that the thing what I'm saying with this is maybe this can spark change in that area as well. Maybe man can come together and say, yo, let's start to build the family, then we can start to build the business. But every time we talk, somebody comes out, nah, you can't say that. Nah, you can't do that.
No.
You see what I'm saying?
I think you're right, but I don't know, man. I think the people that have already been thinking about being proactive already and making a change and thinking about black business before this event happened, they will continue doing that. I think there's a lot of jumping on the bandwagons, a lot of jumping on the hype. As soon as 2 months goes away or 2 years or whatever, they're going to jump off it and things back to normal. Man, I'm going to be out there buying these Rolex watches and Versace this and this and this and this and investing in European interest-centric companies instead of even thinking about setting up themselves. You get me properly. You know, that's. I don't know whether it's a mindset. I don't know whether it's a condition, but it's some. Obviously, I'm playing devil's advocate here, and I'm looking at things that differently because I don't want to just say, you get me. A lot of our people get emotional, and yeah, it's sad, brother. But you get me. This thing, you know, like we've been on the losing team for, you get me, losing points for a long time. You know, look what's happening in Libya. There's slavery in Libya. No one's kicking off about slavery in Libya. You get me? No one's kicking off to Facebook about when Arab men are selling black women as slaves in Saudi Arabia. Do you see what I'm saying, fam? So you can't just pick and choose what to jump on and what not to jump on. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that this thing is bad, not bad. You get me? It is very bad and it's very sad and it does need to be highlighted. And you know what? They're doing what they need to do. But we need to obviously have a broader discussion. And maybe this discussion's too big just to have it all in one day and to say, this is the solution. One, as I said, when I listen to you, always talk about the family. I think that's a good point for
it all starts from there. If man ain't building up their family, if we're not building up the black family, forget about it. I'm just telling man straight, I'm not saying man can't do what they want to do. Like, not everyone has to do that, but a man, that's why I'm glad of the energy. Like, I'm really proud of like a lot of black people in Britain that was on social media these last few days, because when Tiny Temper tried to talk, man's jumped all over that and said, fam, you can't talk. Like, like the family is where it starts. Once we build that, then we can step out and worry about business and education and everything else. But without that, all those other things will fail. That's a fact.
Well, there's a lot of Uncle Toms in our community as well with the celebrity thing. You get me? We just think, because man's rich or he's made a good track or he's a celebrity, he then gets to gets our pass and he can lead us, or we have to listen to him about social justice. No, a lot of these men are put in these positions to act like how they need to act. You get me? You know, how can like Shaka Bars seems to be a very honest and real person to his beliefs. Look at that American football player who stood on his knee. Yeah. Can you imagine? A man stands on his knee and like he had to. The whole country was kind of against him. You get me? Nobody like really wanted to like. Obviously, certain celebrities did, but not a lot of celebrities out there, and even in the UK, wanted to associate themselves with it. You know, but yet when it's a drilling video or they're gonna say how many men they shot or this with their own kind, or even if a brother passes away, that's when everybody's gonna come out and this and this and this. You know, certain men pass away with a negative message that they're putting out in the community. You get me? But yeah, everyone's gonna jump on him and say, RIP. But then when somebody like that Cabinet brother stands up with a positive image, no one wants to align themselves with it. It's like there's a lot of donkeys leading lions out here, fam.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact. That's an absolute fact.
There's a lot of donkeys leading lions, fam. And just because you're rich, it don't mean you're a lion, fam. you get me?
Yeah, man, that's real talk.
Yeah, dog. I think our family, we just need to start from the family. Start with what you can change as a person. So start from your family. Start from what you can change. Start from maybe setting up your own business and then giving something as a lineage to your family or to your sons or daughters. And then even when the other caller said, yo, how many men are standing outside Tesco's and blah, 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 but nobody's standing outside on Soho Road for the black community. You get me? Outside the shops. Maybe have a day in the week where you only shop black.
Family, we've been saying this for years, but it's a lot of people don't see the value.
Where you only shop black. You get me?
But a lot of people don't see the value. No, but that's why I always say, and anyone who's listened like to the show for a long period of time and you've heard, you listening to me talking to me, I always say, yo, the family is where it all starts from. Like, that's where it starts from. Like, from the family structure is where it starts from in any community, not just even those white supremacists. Like, it started from the family structure with them. You see what I'm saying?
Real talk, fam. Real talk. Them and they get it. They're like, you know what, yeah? We have to look after themselves. And that's their family structure is their family structure. They start from the beginning and they're trying to, obviously, I don't agree with their ideologies, but yeah, that's how they're looking at it. So we need to, enough excuses. We've got the technology now, yeah? Everyone's got enough money or can make money or access to somebody who can make money. You know what I mean? Let's stop having these excuses as black people, because I'm not trying to say things are going to automatically change, but you can make small changes, man, like an unhealthy diet, bro. You can make small changes and things will start to improve as a collective, fam. Because if we don't make changes, 3 years down the line, we're going to be in the same position, bro. You get me talking the same thing. Next brother who gets shot up or whatever, and then there's another big riot and this and this and this. And you know the funny thing, other communities out there just looking at us. Looking at us.
All right, Riz, I know you're a Patreon still. Big up, Dave, yeah? Enough respect.
Yeah, do your thing.
Yeah, man. Patreons, remember you say you got the ball, you know, fam. Like no disrespect to anyone else, but the Patreons, they're supporting this show. You get me? 83 of them or whatever we got now. They're supporting us, fam. Like, they're the reason why we got this mic, you know what I mean? This light, this streaming camera. Or that's the Patreons did that. So we have to show them that same love. So shout out to the Patreons, man. What the chat saying now? First of all, Sharif, yeah, from LA. I'd love to hear from you, you know, because you're actually in the States. Everybody else, what you saying? Answer the question. So, all right, the reason why they didn't stand with Kaepernick is because at the time, if you notice, when Kaepernick first came out, I don't care whatever reasons they say he did it for, yeah? He still did it, and he brought attention to a lot of police brutality. The reasons why individuals didn't stand with him is because a lot of man have sponsors in it. Just like over here, man need to start getting called out. A lot of these personalities and whatever, they have sponsors like who sponsor them. And if they say the wrong thing, them sponsors might pull out. You know what I'm trying to say? So a man might have like, say, Fashion Nova or Coca-Cola or Pepsi, like another football player. And he can't say something because if he does, you get what I mean? They will pull out and that's like an income to him. Now, I'm not saying that's right. You should be, you know, you should do that. You should talk up. That's why I say it's very important that we back John Boyega, because John Boyega, I know that Katie Hopkins is trying to come for him now, but he don't need to talk out. My man's got a couple million sitting in the bank pretty. He's got his big yard. He's got his cars. He's nice. He's got a contract with Disney. He don't need to talk out. But at the end of the day, he's talking out. You know what I'm trying to say? So mans like that need to be protected at all costs. And if he does lose sponsorship, we need to put the money back in his pocket. So when, you know what I mean? So if he needs to try his own thing, he can do it. Just like, you know what I mean? That's what we have to do. Because you do have things like Netflix and all that, where a man like that can make films and go on there. If anything, if worse come to worse, because probably some of his bosses didn't like hearing that. But mans like Tiny Temper and all them other mans, they need to get called out. Like, don't talk. Like, we got nothing against you, but we don't want to hear you now because you ain't living the lifestyle, fam. You're running behind Tom Ford and that, and you don't want nothing to do with us normally. So we don't want to hear from you, fam. Just do your thing, relax in your corner, and let the real handle these situations. That's it. That's the only way we're gonna move forward. Because I reckon the majority don't want to move forward. The majority want to stay like where they are now. They want to stay with the fashion and doing all of that. So let the people who want to move forward move forward. This is the way I feel now. And I think that's the only way we need to stop wasting time trying to pull other people up who don't want to be pulled up. Let's just move forward now. You see what I'm saying? And that's globally I'm talking. That's globally, but the answer is simple. The family structure is where it starts. We need to start doing that. We need to do that properly. So Man need to start moving correct in the home. You see what I'm saying? Move correct, raise your children properly. You see what I'm trying to say? Build up the family. Have your woman there, build that. Then we can start to then worry about other things. But until that, look at even right here in Brom, a lot of the Asian community during this whole pandemic, they've had their setup where their youths can go and learn and still get schooling. Where a lot of our youths are getting schooled over the computer, fam. Teachers ain't even checking. You see what I'm saying? They're not even checking that everything's crisp. Like, they've just lost probably 3 months of school. Whereas because we're in a system that ain't ours, like trying to get schooling, like our youths, none of them are going to fall behind. A lot of them will fall behind. Whereas the Asian community, they've got their own teachers where they've been doing their thing same way. All right. You live on the Express Truth.
Hello.
You all right?
Hi guys, am I live?
Yeah, you're live.
Yeah, guys. I'm Tom from Nottingham. I just want to say, the funny thing is that when this happens all the time. For example, last time they asked people like Dizzy Rascal and I don't know, Tiny Tempo. You know what I mean? But these are not serious people. It never happens in other communities. Like, never seen like Jewish, I don't know, rap star or Jewish singer or coming up with in a situation when someone that does makes an anti-Semitic remark or something. Yeah, I don't know what you think about that.
Stephen, what you saying about that?
But you'd have to say that again, What did you say in the last part? You said certain.
No.
What did you say? Last time they were asking figures like Dizzy Rascal and time, because that always comes out. If we're speaking in terms of the UK, it's often because we don't have any like official or unofficial leaders in it, so they always turn to the same faces. When you look at, for an example, off the top of my head, you look at Good Morning Britain or ITV. When it's something, this happened in the hood, black people, mental health or whatever, they always have the same token people that they call and they bring in because they know they're going to give them the same token answers so they can push out the same bullshit narrative they want to push out. They don't call up anybody real. That's why you're unlikely going to see mans like us on a Good Morning Britain because they don't want man going toe to toe with Piers Morgan because it's not going to end nice. It's not going to get physical, but it's not going to end nicely.
Yeah, that's right. That's why we don't get taken seriously because those people, to be honest, they just clown on TV. And then, for example, just some guy, he sees that guy, is that guy who was singing like, I don't know, like Money Cash or whatever. And then now he's talking about this. I was like, are you serious? These people are not serious. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. Respect, caller. Yeah, you're right, man. You're right. Enough respect, yeah?
Thank you, guys.
Yeah, man. Definitely.
All right, let me just say something, fam. I know I've been quiet. I've just been soaking everything up. That's why.
Yeah, man. Safe, man.
You're writing what you're saying and starting at home, the black family structure and everything. Let's just throw out a hypothetical for everyone, yeah? You started at home, you've got your black family, let's say you've got your black business as well. You're being supported by your local community, it's beautiful, you're building up, you got your little lineage going for your youth, them and everything. Then we're looking at the wider scale of things. Then we want to go into tackling social injustices. How are we going to go about doing that? Because they don't want to let us in, because usually you affect change from the inside, but they don't want to let us inside, fam. Because, for example, like all of these people doing the right things, let's say that everyone switched and they started burning down the banks and, I don't know, FBI headquarters and all of this stuff. Like, are they not just going to reply in arms and try and lick off everyone's head? Like, how can we because obviously we can do things to stir it up and mix it up now and make noise. I'm genuinely thinking about long-term, long-affecting change, fam. Like, how do you affect change within the system?
The conversation has to... They don't even... Like, them man in America right now, the system don't even want to have the conversation. So they need to take a different approach for them to force them to have the conversation. Like, what I'm trying to say is this. Yeah. The police can murder a man over there. Like, my man can stand there, kneel there with his knee in that brother's neck for... Right, I'll finish that in a second. You're live on the Express Truth. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Hi, my name's Jasmine. I'm calling from Gloucester.
Yeah, man. Are you a patron?
No, I'm not, but I'm gonna be.
All right, cool. Go on then. What you say? What you saying? What you saying?
I like that answer.
No,
Go on.
I will. I'll be on the case. Basically about what's happened with the George is it George Floyd
Yes,
situation?
Yeah.
It just goes to show that racism is just stagnant, despite our ancestors and our ascendants. It hasn't gone nowhere, because it's like, for example, like ascendants, they were told to come over here from the Queen, and it's like despite they came over in like the 60s or 50s, there were signs like signs on like shops saying no blacks, no dogs, no Irish, despite they were invited over here by the Queen. And it's like, for example, I think when that police guy stood on that guy's neck, it was a bit like symbolic, like to say, despite what's happening over years, like racism is still alive, and they can do what they want. Like white people like raw. That's what they're trying to like imply with him standing on that sitting on the guy's neck.
Definitely.
And another thing I wanted to point out is that would just teach, nothing against the guy that died, but in general, like black men in general, his girlfriend said for him to basically, for the black community to have like forgiveness in their heart despite what he did, and to me, the enemy is the enemy, because as far as I'm concerned, some people with the situation, you're either Martin Luther King or you're Malcolm X, and I'm a Malcolm X type of person. If you tap on my path, you're going to get it. Any means necessary, especially if I'm my own business and you're just out to get me. Enemy is an enemy.
Yeah.
And you can't look peace if you can't come with peace when they're looking war.
Yeah. Yeah, I hear that. Let me just respond to your point about his girlfriend. I'm so glad you brought that up.
She's a coleslaw cow, though, isn't it?
No, but what I'm trying to say, just imagine, sisters.
Yeah.
Just imagine that your man gets killed like that, yeah, in public, yeah, by the police, and less than 24 hours, you are publicly telling people to forgive the policeman. Come on, man.
For that split second, I'm not going to lie, I'm setting it off like I'm Queen Latifah. Anybody, the good after says for the bad. I'm sorry.
No, it's true.
Do you know what I mean? And people could take it, and they want to take it because I'm just being serious. If that was my man, I'm setting it off like I'm Queen Latifah, and I don't, like I said, I know it's not right, but in some cases, the good after says for the bad.
Yeah, but remember your man, you have to protect your man, innit? You protect your man.
And it's not only that.
Yeah, you protect each other. You get me?
It's to me that's oppression talk as well, because it's like to say, like when it's like today, for example, like when the slaves used to, I don't know, when they used to beat the black people back in slavery times, let's say they nipped them and say ash, and it's like as a result of doing what you're doing, that's why that person's crying. It's like, for example, you beat a child, you're saying to the child, hush. No, how the child's crying because you hit them, because of the reaction of what you did. So, with that said, that is why people are looting and going on away in America, because of what happened.
Yeah, man. Enough respect.
Yeah.
Enough respect for the call, yeah?
Yeah, and I just wanted, before I go, I just wanted to say, let that be a lesson to the black man, them that are quick to go out with any other female than their race, because that's what's going to happen. Because when something tragic happens, they're going to be like, "Here's the right love. I just put on a cup of tea. I just put on a cup of tea. They're going to see the realist. They can't relate to you because they're not your king colour."
Yeah, man.
So yeah.
Yeah, man. Enough respect, man. Big up Gloucester, yeah.
Let me put on a cup of tea. It'll be all right. No, it's not going to be all right. But yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Copper PG tips.
Yeah, man. All right, then, caller. Thank you for the call, yeah.
Big up, man.
No, that's okay.
All right, cool.
I know. Yeah. Did you apparently? They knew each other. Apparently, they used to do security guard together. I'm not sure if you guys know that.
Yeah, we seen it. We're definitely gonna get into that as well.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
it's very cryptic, this year's situation. But yeah, thanks guys, and good topic, and yeah, keep up the good work.
Definitely.
Thank you, man.
Definitely.
All right.
All right, cool. All right, people. Now,
Go on, G. Go on.
where was we at now? All right. So, the lady, it wasn't even 24 hours before she started to tell the public to forgive the officer. Something ain't right about
Yeah,
that.
it did not wrong.
Like,
Or some
she weren't
fools.
even like that. Would even take a couple of years. You see what I'm saying? Before somebody
Fam,
says that.
sorry to cut you. Is everything alright on your end? Everyone's saying that the stream's buffering, you know. One sec, I'm gonna mute and listen to it on my phone. 1 second.
All right, cool. I want to read out this message before we even. From Meme. Yo, Meme, big up yourself, yeah? I'm trying to get to your message. Meme. 1 second. And we'll get that read out because that was a nice
Is it still
message.
buffering, people? So I just listened to it. It sounded alright to me, you know. I got it here, you know. You're gonna read it. You got it.
Yeah, read it, Stephen, please. I can't find it.
Alright, Meme says, please read my comment on there. We, the Muslim community, are in 110% solidarity with our black brothers. This attack on our black brothers is an attack on every race. You know what it is? Man, I appreciate that.
Yeah, Meme, we appreciate that, man. And we see you in the comments as well. So big up yourself.
I'll listen to this in and out.
All right, let's just keep going, people. Let's not lose
Yeah,
no
I don't know
energy.
what that is. I think that's, I don't know. That's not, I don't know what that is. Hopefully, oh, it's nice now. Okay, proper. Yeah, carry on, fam. You were saying something before the call. I can't.
I'm
Can you remember what you were-
saying this is what I'm trying to say about the family. Like, this is what I'm trying to say. Like, man, imagine people, imagine this just for a minute. That you get killed in the streets publicly by this man for allegedly trying to use a fake $10 bill. Yeah? You get killed like this, and less than 24 hours later, your girl comes out publicly and tells the world to forgive your killer. This is the problem, people. This is the problem.
She didn't
That
have
brother,
no love for him,
that
and
brother
she's
must be turning in his grave because I'll be vexed to know so that.
Family, you know what it is? Go on, sorry.
Yeah, now go on.
I was gonna say, because a lot of men are on this whole integration thing. This is a prime example of this integration won't save you, blood. Because when a police officer pulls you over, when a police officer has you pinned to the ground, fam, it don't matter. Your youths could be white, fam. You're black. You get me? It doesn't matter if you but my wife's white. Oh yeah, she can come identify you when we're finished. It's not gonna change nothing, fam. You're black. From your blackness is seen as a weapon, fam. Like, we have to invoke some change, man.
Definitely, we can't like the.
She belongs to the streets, fam. Not even the streets, blood.
This is the problem, but this is what I'm trying to say. Like, this is what man need to understand. And I've seen it. I don't know how true it is, but I've seen someone say in the chat earlier that she's already set her Facebook thing to single. Like,
yeah, I saw that as well.
This is the kind of woman.
I believe it. She seems
that's
like
your
got that
girl.
kind of energy.
That's your girl. You see what I'm trying to say? That's your woman that you was building life with. Like,
Seems
God
like
bless
she
and
has
all that.
energy, bro.
That's the woman you was building life with, who less than 24 hours is telling people to forgive. Okay, let's go, people. You're live on the Express Truth.
Yo, what's going on, man? Them, you good, yeah?
Yeah, what you saying, man?
You saying?
I'm all good, man. All I wanted to say on this is that white girl, we need to suspect that she got paid for the apology. I believe the police department can give a handsome check to maybe like the next of kin to some of these victims of police brutality to go on TV and immediately apologize and tell people to calm down, relax, and forgive them, because it seems to be an ongoing pattern that this keeps happening very quickly after a black man's death, and we have to suspect that they are getting paid to go on TV and tell people to forgive the killer of the victim. This goes back even to Rodney King. I don't know if you know about his name, but
yeah, man. He said, "Can't we all just get along?"
Yes, Him. See how quick after he got beaten, he was on TV, fresh new clothes, had a Rolex there, telling guys.
He got money though. He blew it all though, innit?
What's that? Come again?
Apparently, he blew through all the money though.
Yeah, exactly. But these don't get paid to go on TV and tell everyone to apologize and to apologize, tell people to calm down and forgive the police and this and that, because they know you can start a riot. They know this, fam. They know the black community will come with the energy. You know what I'm saying? So we have to suspect. I'm not saying she did because I'm not there. You know what I'm saying? I'm all the way here in London, so I wouldn't know. But I want to suspect that these people get paid a handsome check to go on TV and tell the people to forgive the police officers. That's all I'm saying. And especially with this individual dating, I don't know about the whole dynamic of this black and white thing. I don't know how to play that. There's so many things and factors involved that I'm just not for it. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is, man. But all I'm saying is that we have to suspect that she got paid to go on TV that quickly and tell people to apologize and to forgive the police officer, you know, and that's it. That's all I'm going to say.
Okay.
But yeah, I'll get back
Enough
to you,
respect,
man.
yeah? Enough respect.
Man.
Every time.
All right, bless.
All right.
Disgusting,
So,
yeah,
all right. Well, that's the thing. Like, so, okay, people. All right. What I'm trying to say, and I understand what the caller's saying, and I see us in the chat, but most of you man are in this now, and women that are in this, you got your other half in the yard with you right now. Yeah? You mean to tell me that 24 hours after they go out like that, you've got a price? Come on, man. They was never really with you to begin with. That's a fact. There was never really. Never really with you to begin with. Like she can't have a front seat at the funeral. She was never really to begin with.
She can't be there, blood.
Like this is what the problem. Like this is what I'm saying. So what I'm trying to say is each time a policeman does this in the States, yeah. The reason why they do it again is because there's no consequence. Like what they need to happen over there is that next time a man tries to do it, he thinks twice. Like, you know what, I shouldn't really even do this because, yo, that last brother got life, or, yo, that last situation, or rare. Whereas what's happening now is they're looking and saying, right, well, nothing happens when you kill them. Like, anyway, they don't do nothing and the system don't do nothing. Mans need to change that narrative. So, I'm fed up with people say, like, stop. I don't want to see no more victim posts on Instagram, victim posts. Like, it really saddens me that we've been groomed to be victims, man. Like we're always playing this victim, and that brother who phoned in earlier, I can't remember your name, but shout out, who said that every other group has people in that group willing to die for the cause, whereas every group.
I think that was a little caller. That's true.
Yeah, every group. Whereas we just like, soon as it becomes to like that. Oh, nah, loud that.
You know what it is? We got all the loud talk. Yo, if them man come over, if them man try violate the thing, you know. All right, boy, now, take your ass home. How's going, boss? How's not going to stay out here after darks?
What's the problem?
Everyone starts shocking and jiving, blood.
So that's why I'm fed up with hearing about, like, this man's a bad man and he had how much this man and that man.
I'm going to ask you something when you're done.
Yeah, I go to you.
In the whole regards of paying off the victim's family, and I'm asking this to everyone at home as well, do we feel like people should take the money? And I don't even just mean like you take the money and you have to come out and say, oh, they're usually good police. Even if you don't have to come out and say anything, they kill your parent, partner, sibling, spouse, whatever, and say, oh, you know, I'm sorry about that. Here's 100,000, whatever, or whatever the money is. Do you even want to take that money, fam? Because I wouldn't.
Nah, you shouldn't. No, you shouldn't take it.
Can that bring back my people?
We shouldn't take it. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's the thing. Like, a lot of people are wondering why that a lot of the cases we don't hear nothing about it like 12 months later, because the family get paid. But part of the reason why they get paid, because when they don't just give them the money, they give them the money. And then they write up in the contract, yo, you can't talk about this publicly. You get what I'm saying? Right. You can't talk about this publicly. So that's part of the and then a man's probably, you know what I mean? He needs the dough. So to him, he's saying, well, I can't bring my man from the death. You see what I mean? I don't want to become an activist. I'll take the dough. And that's what happens every time over there. That's why the one what we did on Ahmad Aubrey, I think that was even more passionate than this one because we just gave out nothing but absolute facts. Because that one was horrible because it's like, the reason why that one was even more devastating is because them mans lived in that yard for like a clean month after they murked him. So they killed him and then went back to the same house and lived in it for 1 month. And you mean to tell me nobody even tried to upset the apple cart? So that's why these mans that are rapping in America, like, I think a lot of it's just like movies, like it's make believe, because there can't be that much goons and there can't be that much goons and nothing's getting done when all these things happen. There can't be. Like someone's lying to us, or you know what I mean. Something is wrong because when we were growing up, man used to listen to them DMXs and you see what I'm saying? Blast them DMXs. It's dark. It's dark and hell it's hot and you were thinking, yo, man's putting in mad work like that, like, but that can't be true. You're watching Belly and man's just walking up into the club and bodying 10 man and like, where's that energy like when it comes to this?
That's why they're probably
obviously it's just not true. It's just movies, isn't it? Like, you know what I mean?
Clearly, man. It's all movies, bro. It's all make believe, man. It's all special effects, blood. Coming like the Expendables, blood.
Facts.
You get me? Yeah, some people have said embracing a bit, man. Some people have said. Oh yeah, that's what I'm gonna say. The Ahmed Aubrey thing. I even saw a white guy, yeah. He went out of his way just to prove the extent of the racism, yeah. He went. I think he did the same route or the same area. He went jogging as well.
Yeah.
While holding a TV. And then he was filming himself like, I've just done the same thing. I'm actually carrying a TV, but no one's approached me like, oh, did you steal that? Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So come on, man. America's this is I don't know, blood. I don't know. You're gonna have to force. This is what I'm saying. You're gonna have to force them to invoke change, blood. Because I think someone said earlier like, oh, we need to sit down and talk with them. I'm saying, all right, let's say Trump or the Minneapolis or Minnesota or whatever the hell it is. Let's say the officials decide to sit down.
You're live on the Express Truth.
Yeah, it's Mr. Controversial himself. It's Mr. LH. What you saying?
LH, Patreon family. Big up the Patreon family.
I had to say something. Yeah, Patreon had to say something. So basically,
yeah,
I'll keep this as short as I can.
Yeah.
What they're doing over there, I totally agree with, you know. Except for the looting, fam, because that just puts us in a bad light. It's all but if you notice, the media is switching the narrative now from a death to, oh, we just out here looting. I said, the man down the road, you know, and I had to laugh, and I shouldn't be laughing because this is a serious subject, you know what I mean? Right?
Yeah.
So we need to start respecting